All right guys, so today I gotta go ahead and assemble Mike Hughes H-Series short block here. I got all his parts right here. I need to go ahead and get all the bearings going in the block, the pistons and rods going in the block, and then, you know, just button it all up, tighten it all up. He wants me to leave the head off, but I need to change. We got some new keepers for it because all this stuff was used, and he's got some nice tooled steel retainers, so we got the long keepers for him. So I got to pop those keepers in his head, and then his head will be set to jet and ready to go, and then just get the short block assembled, and then he's going to come and pick it up in his car. So he doesn't want the head on it or any of that. He just wants it short blocked, and it'll fit in his little car he's got, and take that off. And then we got to get Dustin's back on the lift and get all the stuff going back on Dustin's. It went to Hayden's and got wastegates on the manifold, so everything came off, and so we got to get all the turbo manifold and everything back on it, gaskets all up in everything, and get Dustin's ready going back together. Sean has started a little bit. I believe he got the turbo back on the manifold with the gasket in there, and so we're moving in the right direction, but got a bunch going on every which way, so let's do this thing. All right guys, so I got a fresh set of King Race bearings in the block and the girdle. It's looking good. So got the pistons out here. I need to go ahead. He spun a rod bearing. He's got a new set of rods. Jamie said he wants to use the new set of rods instead of having the old one resized. So we're gonna go ahead and start swapping that out, and then getting bearings going in those. He's got rod bearings here, right here. So we'll get the rod bearings going in, and then I have another pickup for him. Or actually, this might be the other pickup. I have another pickup for him because his old pickup has some metal in it and stuff, and it's gonna take me a while probably if I am able to even clean it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing together and bring you guys along. Stay tuned. All right, so I got the crank all in here. Need to go ahead and torque the girdle, and then I'll start getting the rods and the pistons all set up, the rings all set up and going in. It's looking good. Darn bubble wrap, this thing's looking good. All right, I got the billet oil pump here in the oil pump. I've got all the rods on the pistons now. Everything's kind of set up where it needs to go. All the dowels and the blocking stuff and everything is in the block and in the girdle here. There's 4 dowels that go in the girdle, one here, 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 and here. And then there's a pin, a plug that you put in the block in between these 2 galleys here. Kind of goes like right in there inside. So you just tap through there and then vacuum, blow out, get all the metal out, and then keep moving. So, woo, kicking butt. Woo, just had lunch, I'm a little bloated. But, so we're going to head, we're getting the, I just got oil in all the cylinders, you know. Going to put all the pistons in now. Got the first one going down right now. Bearings and everything, lube it up, drop it in. Got the cool little ARP ring compressor, so things gonna go really quick and easy. It's gonna be nice. Let's get it done. Takes away. Gotta find the rod. Not sure if she went right on. That is not always what happens. All right guys, so we got my mess cleaned up and we got Dustin's on the lift. I just got the manifold back on it and we got the gaskets in there and stuff, getting that all tightened up. We're moving on from this because we had a we ordered the crank when we ordered Kyle's crank for his Prelude, and we got two 23 cranks, and we needed a 23 crank and a 22 crank. So I need to go ahead and change that out because our pistons stick about a 1/4 inch out of the top. It's definitely quite a bit, so I need to go ahead and change that out, and then we're getting this all buttoned up and taken care of, as well as we got a white EK out there we got to button up. I got the wastegates and the exhaust all on Dustin's now, so Sean can go ahead and start working up the dump tubes and how all that's gonna work. Pretty sick. All right, so I just went over the valve lush on this SI here, K-Swap SI. Valve lush seemed pretty good. A little few of them were just a fuzz tight, you know, 11 and 12s, but brought them all down to 8 and 10, 8 on the intake side, 10 on the exhaust, and got that all squared away. And now just charging the battery before I go ahead and fire it up, as well as I had another EK K-Series in here a little bit ago, a white one. Went ahead and rewired one of the fans because one of the fans was backwards. It's got a Speed Factory dual fan radiator, and one of them was backwards, so got both of them going the right direction, and then burped it just a fuzz, made sure it was all the way burped. Jamie went and took it for a drive and made sure it didn't overheat on him, and so that one's taken care of as well. I'm gonna get over onto Brett Hunter's and get the head going on that. I've got the short block all right there, pistons and everything in it, head studs, all that jazz. So everything's coming along really well. I need to get an H22 crank for Mike Hughes, but that's coming along. Jamie's already talked to the guy, so just need to get that because we've got the 23 crank in here and we're sticking out the top. But get everything taken care of, and we're gonna be ripping. We got all those taken care of and sorted out, and now we've got the NSX up on the lift. My dad's gonna go ahead and be pulling stuff out of this, fixing some things inside the motor and stuff. All right, so I got the battery tied down, all worked up right here. Go ahead and I went and cut some slots there, over here, and then I just heated up and hammered this thing until the battery fit inside all the way down. And then went ahead, this one still fit with length, and then it's got the nut on the bottom there. This one is a little short now though because of how the angle is, so I think I'm just going to, I bent this like this, and I think I'm just going to weld that there, so then this I can just loosen and tighten, and that's how that'll change that. All right, Austin and I are modifying the battery tray to get it all to work, and I think we've got it all figured out now. I think it's gonna work really well. All right, well, this side is the same. We've got this one over here adjusted. We took the side off there and there, and we made a new tab, so everything still ties down and works the same. Got a nut here. We're gonna get this all in the car and bolt it down. We're gonna have to order ourselves up a charger. Next up, an alternator. All right, so we got one slight dilemma. This battery has this huge ridge all the way around it, and so our bolt holes don't quite line up. We got this bit off there, so we're gonna go ahead and cut this wall off here too, because we have room to slide our piece back. So we're gonna cut that off, try and slide the battery this way, tie it down, and then see if it bolts up. And if we're unsuccessful, we're just gonna have to build a whole new tray is what we're coming to here. So let's try and get this done.
Hey.
All right, so we got the battery all bolted in and tied down now. That thing looks great, fits in there perfect. Oh yeah.
Doesn't know if there's anybody in the shop.
But I'm super excited. Got my battery tied down, all taken care of and figured out. Now I just need to go ahead and get the alternator stuff done and get the drive shaft off, get a belt on there, and start charging. So they told me it just takes a regular alternator, nothing fancy. Anything will work. So I'll probably mount up a B-Series one, so one day if I go 16 volt, I can just swap over to the B-Series 16 volt, and that'll be pretty easy. Not too bad at all. I'm gonna do that. I want to get an alignment for sure. It's never had an alignment. I made sure everything was tight, all the suspension stuff was tight before I went out there, and I mean, I've eyeballed it, but it's never had an alignment, so it needs to have an alignment. I want to tighten up the suspension in the rear a little bit and do some things, mess with it, the heights and stuff, play with all of that. But I'm really excited for everything going on. I want to try and get to Test and Tune this coming Wednesday. I think I'm going to get, my plan is to get it aligned Monday, get an alternator on it either tomorrow or Tuesday, and test and tune Wednesday. Everyone's down, so I think it should be doable. I would love to get the bumper on there too and cut my holes and everything. So some things that some goals I'm setting, and I'm hoping I can attain to them.
There's still one more to do.
All right, so I just pulled out all the rim screws from the wheels. Jamie's working on getting the new tires all aired up right here for this other wheel.
Yeah,
looking good. So we got slicks going on the front, and then I need to go and grab my rears out there so we can get the tires off, and then James got a set of slicks. This is the other new one to go on the rears. So we're gonna have slicks all the way around. It's gonna be epic.
So you get some brand news and the Curse tires.
This looks good. Yep, some brand news, and then the tires from the Curse. That's freaking rad. I mean, they just had race week on them, so they're pretty new too, right?
They're fresh.
Yeah, they're fresh.
8 passes on them.
Yeah. Ooh, that's
Pull
epic.
the stickers off before you drive.
Pull the stickers. Pull the stickers, polish them up. Epic.
There. Bam. Now we need to address. Oh, did they fall out?
Oh, they're in the bottom.
These two. We need
There
to
was-
pry
Grab pliers and just twist them out.
Twist them? All
You
right.
got 2.
I think there was 3, yeah.
No.
Good?
Okay.
Yep, here we go.
You good?
Yep. A machine on wheels is it's an adventure.
This is the worst way to have a tire machine. Bam.
Nice.
Yep. My bottle of soap is right here.
Epic.
I always put like 20 in them just so you
Yeah,
make sure they stay set on the bead.
that's awesome.
And then we'll probably, I think Javi might have some actual good rim screws.
Yeah.
Not just the self-tap.
Not just the self-tappers.
Jay might have something.
We'll have Brett polish the wheels up, and then Javi throw some rim screws in there.
There you go.
And we'll get the backs done. Probably just throw rim screws in the rears too, just to do it.
And that took like 10 minutes.
2 seconds.
Yeah.
Shh.
Took us longer to get the machine out.
Yeah, it did.
Not
Alright,
as long as
should I
car,
go
we
get-
can put them on.
We could
I'll bring the other ones with me.
tomorrow or Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll bring the other ones with me.
right on.
Then we wire the 2-step up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the
And,
2 steps wired. It needs.
Oh yeah,
need to
yeah,
turn
that's
it on,
right.
yeah.
'Cause I remember when I was
Yeah,
hitting
he
it, and
wired
I was-
it.
Yeah. So I need.
Alignment.
I need to
Alignment.
alignment, and then I should go look at some clutch switches.
Alignment and a charger.
Yeah.
Gonna do an alternator.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna put the alternator on.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been talking about it. We got some. It needs done. So those 2 Allens right there, I believe, is where they have them on each side. You'd bolt up an ABS sensor, so that's where I could hook up rear wheel speed. If I was gonna do like a Xenocron kit or something, I need to figure that out. Stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe down below. This is Good Built, and peace out, guys.